for the March 5th, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And yet another mild morning.
Yeah, not too bad. It's dry out. It feels like a early summer morning. It's in the 40s. It feels a little damp out. And cloudy skies are continuing to move in. In fact, look at those current conditions right now. You can see that there's clear skies up in Watertown, 53 the temperature, 27 up in Saranac Lake. But as you head south, there are more clouds in 50s and 40s being the common temperature trend. In the radar, it's quiet right now, but this is going to change. We have a coastal low moving up into central New York by the late morning, early afternoon. It will miss parts of, for example, Oswego, Geneva, out in Syracuse, but it will hit a lot of central New York. As a matter of fact, look at those clouds. You can see from the live satellite, they are continuing to move in. And over the next 12 hours, those temperatures will climb only a few degrees into the upper 40s to low 50s. And besides the rain today, things dry out this evening and tonight before more rain arrives again tomorrow. We're tracking the end of the rain, plus what to expect for the weekend straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, fresh off the Supreme Court decision that
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. Take a look at your morning and evening commute cast. First off, a look at road conditions all across central New York. And as we take a look here, things are looking pretty normal. Average speed on I-90, 65 to 70 miles per hour. The arterial, about a 5 to 6 minute commute right now. And along 5S east and west, 17 minutes, and a consistent time of 11 minutes on Route 49 from Utica to Rome and back. Heading to work this morning, it's looking relatively dry with temperatures again in the 40s. But as we approach the evening commute, again, rain showers will begin to arrive. Nothing that would impact the commute too much. Maybe some ponding on roadways and in flood-prone areas, but we're not looking at anything major regarding this rainy system. Gary?
Eric, thanks. We head to Texas now, where some fire.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. It's another mild start to your morning this morning, and a look at some of the notable dates we'll be looking at as we head into the rest of this month and the start of next month. First off, the countdown till spring, 14 days away, only 5 days away until a 7 p.m. sunset. It also means a later sunrise, but again, that's only temporary until the days get longer. But also 34 days until the eclipse. We are just over a month away, and again, it's not looking to be in our favor that we'll see sunshine, but let's cross our fingers because this is a once-in-a-generation type event to see a total eclipse over the state. Levican only on to right now. It's dry. Temperatures still pretty mild in the 40s, and the radar is looking quiet, but that will change as we head into the late morning and early afternoon. Temperatures ranging only a few degrees today as, again, clouds move in, rain moves in, keeping things a little bit on the cool but mild side. And regarding that rain, again, it's a dry start, but as we approach the late morning to early afternoon, rain chances will continue to increase. As a matter of fact, we'll be looking at on and off rain. And rain becomes coming to an end by late Tuesday, at least this evening, into early Wednesday morning. Then you can see here more widespread rain beginning to arrive by Wednesday afternoon, coming to an end Wednesday night, and things should be drying out by Thursday. Now, this is due to multiple systems heading into this, at least today and for tomorrow. Starting out, a coastal low, which will be producing some rain showers primarily in locations east of Utica. Locations out in the west still could see some of that rain as well. But following that, we dry out briefly by tonight before more rain showers begin to arrive from a cold front. Now this front, you can see here, starts to become stationary. You notice how it starts to move flat, remain over central New York as another low pressure kind of surges north and prevents it from continuing to shift eastward. So that's what will be causing our widespread rain by Wednesday, but again, by Thursday, things continue to dry out. So our Skycast, temperatures in the 40s for today, widespread rain that comes to an end. More widespread rain begins to arrive by Wednesday morning to Wednesday afternoon, filling in throughout the area, then of course coming to an end by at least early Thursday morning. But today, all across central New York, mild with rain, temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s. Tonight, lows in the 40s with mostly cloudy skies. Excuse me, 7-day forecast. Rain on Wednesday, we dry out on Thursday with sunshine peaking out eventually by Friday, but that's going to be brief as we head into Saturday and Sunday. We're looking at more unsettled weather. Rain switches over to a rain and snow mix by the time we have to set our clocks forward an hour, and that turns to more snow by Monday. So we're not done with the snow just yet. But it's looking less and less likely we're going to be seeing any notable snow system for the near future.
Look at those temperatures, all 7 days. Wow.
Yeah, looking pretty mild. We're definitely entering the early part of spring, when it feels more like May.
Yeah, it feels like it. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:21.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And the bus stop forecast is pretty decent this morning.
Yeah, not too bad. It's a dry start. It's pretty mild out there. Temperatures in the 40s. The rain is not arriving just yet, so you don't have to put on the rain jackets at this point. A look at the current conditions right now. There's actually a huge difference depending on where you are up north. With the clear skies, it's 53 in Watertown, but heading up to Saranac Lake, a temperature of 27. But here locally, we got 40s, 47 in Rome, 46 degrees in Hamilton, 45 all the way down in Binghamton. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet right now, but that will change by the late morning to early afternoon. Regarding cloud cover, well, the clouds are returning once more, and they'll be a bit more persistent than yesterday. I'm not looking to see a whole lot of breaks for this morning and this afternoon. But again, over the next 12 hours, those temperatures ranging a few degrees in the upper 40s to low 50s, and with scattered rain showers throughout the day today. Following that, things dry out briefly again tonight before more rain arrives by tomorrow. We're talking about when that rain arrives and when it comes to an end straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Herkimer Police and the federal...
Weather photo of the day on this Tuesday. This one is a throwback to the snow we saw last week, and the title, I feel like, is pretty fitting, A Distant Memory. Look at how much of that snow fell in Knoxboro, and with the 50s and in some cases 60s yesterday, that snow didn't stick around. And that's going to be the case as we wrap up the next few weeks of winter 2023 and 2024. Even if we do see any snow, there doesn't look to be any sustained cold to keep that snow sticking around. And for example, by this coming weekend, we'll probably see some snow in the backside of this coastal low, but again, we'll be seeing warmer temperatures following that as the week progresses next week. But again, this morning, it's a mild start. Temperatures in the 40s all across central New York. And on the radar, things are quiet for now, but it turns more unsettled as we head into this afternoon. We'll talk about the rain showers arriving today and tomorrow straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The State Health Department is now echoing the...
York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. It's another mild start to your day today with temperatures in the 40s, warming up only a few degrees, however, with more rain showers arriving by the late morning, early afternoon. A look at some notable dates to be looking forward to as we head into the rest of March and the early part of April. Spring, the countdown to 14 days away. The 7 p.m. sunset is just 5 days away, and the eclipse, mark it down, April 8th, 34 days away, and you can cross our fingers that we see some sun with this date, because it's not very likely we'll see it, especially early April is not favorable for sunshine in central New York. But again, a once-in-a-generation event, we should hopefully see that. A live look at Oneonta right now, a nice shot of the sunrise taking place right now, which should be within the hour or so. But this will not be a common sighting, the clear skies today, as more clouds continue to move in from the south. Radar showing quiet conditions, temperatures throughout the day today hovering around the upper 40s to low 50s. But again, it's dry to start, but rain chances will continue to increase as we head into the late morning to early afternoon. In fact, rain chances coming to an end briefly Tuesday night, tonight, before rain chances return once more by Wednesday, lingering throughout the day as a cold front becomes stationary. And what I mean by that is we've got two systems that are going to be causing our rain for the next few days. One is a coastal low. This will sweep north and then exit our area by this evening and tonight. A brief dry slot moves in before that cold front arrives, heading into the early morning Wednesday. And throughout Wednesday afternoon, that rain continues on. That another low pressure kind of surges north and prevents that front from continuing eastward. So basically, it'll put the brakes on the front right over central New York, keeping things a bit rainy for the next few days. So again, today, that coastal low moves up. It's warm enough to where it's all rain. If we were about 10 degrees, 15 degrees colder, we'd be talking about a different story, a nor'easter. Then by this evening and tonight, it's looking dry with rain showers developing out in the west by early Wednesday morning, becoming more widespread by Wednesday afternoon and evening, and this rain will linger overnight, at least until early Thursday morning, with some drizzle and fog coming to an end, and we do dry out by Thursday afternoon. But again, for today, across central New York, it's mild, but not dry. We got rain arriving tonight. A brief dry slot, temperatures in the 40s before more rain arrives by early tomorrow morning. And your 7-day forecast, drying out Thursday, mostly cloudy skies, still in the 50s though. It's a pretty mild week ahead. We cool down a little bit as we head into this coming weekend. A coastal system will bring rain, then that rain will switch over to snow on the backside and remaining on the cooler side by Monday, but this is not sustained cold. It warms back up again, so any snow we see, it's going to be melting again and again. So not the winter that was, you want to call it that.
It sounds like you're waving the white flag already.
Yeah, I think we all are.
You're giving up.
Yep.
Eric, thanks. Well, caught on camera.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And boy, temperatures near 70 yesterday in some spots.
Yeah, it was a very warm day, record-setting easily, and it was kind of funny because I didn't think that the record high would be 55, but it was, so we easily surpassed it.
Shattered it.
Yeah, shattered it. It was 60s yesterday. Today, it's going to be mild, not as warm as yesterday, and unfortunately not as sunny. We got some rain arriving. A look at what we're expecting today across central New York. 47 right now in Rome. Again, a very mild start. It's in the 50s out in western New York at this point. Cooler up in the North Country, 29 up in Saranac Lake, and 51 up in Watertown. A live look at the radar. We're looking at quiet conditions at this point, but this will change as a coastal low moves into central New York, bringing with it initially clouds. As you can take a look here on the satellite feed, not as sunny as yesterday, but beyond that, more rain begins to arrive, and the rainy pattern continues, not only for today, but also for tomorrow. This rain again today starts in the early, at least by the early afternoon, lasting throughout the afternoon, coming to an end tonight before more rain arrives for your Wednesday. Following that, we dry out to wrap up the work week, but we're tracking yet another weather event by this coming weekend. We'll talk about all that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. Well, fresh off the U.S.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. We have a look at your commute cast as you head to and from work this morning and this evening. First off, we'll look at the drive times along I-90 and the arterial. Nothing out of the ordinary. 65 to 70 mile per hour drive speeds on I-90. Again, arterial looking pretty okay. Route 5S east and west between 17 and 19 minutes and a consistent drive time of 11 minutes along Route 49 between Utica and Rome. Heading to work today, clouds will remain in the sky, mostly cloudy, but dry. Temperatures in the 40s. This evening, bit of a rainy commute as you head home from work, but still no impacts expected to your drive. Maybe some ponding on roadways and poor drainage areas, but besides that, no travel impacts. We're tracking rain for this evening, more rain tomorrow, and when the rainy pattern comes to an end, straight ahead. Gary?
Thanks. We head to Texas now, where some firefighters battling the
Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Today is still another mild one, not as warm as yesterday and unfortunately not as dry. We'll be tracking some rain showers arriving by this afternoon. Look at some notable dates coming up here in central New York as we head into springtime, which will be 14 days away. Only 5 days away until 7 p.m. or later sunset. That's pretty cool. On top of that, 34 days until the eclipse. The countdown continues. A reminder, the next time New York State will be in the path of a total solar eclipse will be in 2079. So talk about a very notable date. Again, fingers crossed that we do see some sun. It's not necessarily in our favor. A live look at downtown Utica, an absolutely gorgeous sunrise this morning, and the saying, red skies in the morning, sailors take warning. That'll be the main story for today. We're tracking dry weather to start, but following that, rain beginning to arrive from the south. A live look at the radar, here's the rain right now just across the Pennsylvania-New York border, heading down to New York City. This is continuing to move northward into our area by the mid to late morning. Temperatures not looking more like a bell like we saw yesterday. A pretty steady upper 40s, low 50s type of day today. But what is looking like a bell will be the rain chances. You can still see here, starting out dry, rain increasing, or rain chances increasing by the late morning, early afternoon. Then coming to an end. We're going to see a lull in the rain by tonight before yet again more rain arrives tomorrow. So you can still see here a lull in the rain. It returns again by Wednesday morning, widespread by Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. And this is all due to multiple systems. We've got a coastal low pressure arriving from the south. This will bring with that rain we're going to be seeing for today. This shifts north and east, exits our area, and a bit of a dry slot right here in western New York by tonight. Then, by early tomorrow morning, a cold front from the west shifts into central New York, but then it kind of remains stationary. We got another low that's going to surge north and prevent this front from exiting east. So because of that, there will still be some lingering rain showers across the area all throughout Wednesday, at least into the early part of Thursday before things eventually dry out. But as you can still see here, for today, looking at steady rainfall, primarily east of Syracuse. And then following that, we dry out a little bit before yet again more rain arrives from that front, heading into Wednesday, clearing through Wednesday night, and then coming to an end by Thursday morning. But for today, it's mild, but it's rainy. Temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s. Tonight, cooling down into the 40s, mostly cloudy skies. 7-day forecast. It's 50s the next few days, still looking pretty mild. The sunshine peaks out once more at the earliest by Thursday afternoon, but for the most part by Friday. But it's temporary. We're back to rain and potentially snow by Saturday and Sunday. And even if we do see snow on Sunday, it's not going to stick around. It's going to melt by next week.
What a wild winter.
Yeah, it's shocking to see it. It's not the record, at least warmest winter, the record at least snowy winter, but it's up there. It's atypical.
It sure is. And be sure to like us on Facebook. And it's Tuesday, March 5th, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And another mild day for the kids at the bus stop, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's mild this morning. Temperatures in the 40s. It's dry, but it will be the case as we head to this afternoon as more rain showers begin to arrive. Not as warm as yesterday and not as dry. But let's take a look at those current conditions out there this morning. It's currently 47 officially in Rome with cloudy skies. The sun has risen officially, but it is hiding behind a lot of clouds here in the Mohawk Valley. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet here in central New York, but zooming out a little bit, we can see where that rain is. It's starting to arrive from the south and will approach us by the mid to late morning, becoming more steady by the early afternoon. And you can see the satellite feed after some sunshine to wrap up the day yesterday. Unfortunately, looking at more cloud cover today, but it's going to continue to remain mild with temperatures in the 40s and 50s by this afternoon. But again, we're looking at rain showers coming to an end this evening and tonight. More rain arriving tomorrow, and then a look at when we're going to be seeing dry weather this week. We'll talk about all that in detail straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Herkimer Police and the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and
Welcome back on this Tuesday morning. Let's take a look at your weather photo of the day today, and this one is somewhat of a distant memory showing what we saw last week and not what we're seeing at all for this week. It was a lot of snow in Knoxboro and Clinton and Sequoia and all the higher elevations south of the valley. Some locations seeing up to 16 to 18 inches of snow, but again, it's all melting. It's 50s, it's 60s, it's 40s, and with all the rain and dry weather we've been seeing, the snow has continued to melt. And we're going to be remaining mild for the next few days. In fact, even for today as well, very mild start. 40s all across the area, a little cooler, 37 up in Inlet. And as we look ahead to today on the radar, it's dry for now, but this will change as the afternoon begins to arrive. Low pressure from the south will bring some rain showers that will linger into the afternoon and evening before coming to an end tonight. Following that, we're looking at more rain showers arriving by tomorrow. Look at what to expect for the rain for that, plus when the rain comes to an end coming up. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The State Department of Health is now
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday, everyone. It's a mild start out there. Temperatures in the 40s, and it's dry, too. Some of us seeing a nice sunrise. However, more rain begins to arrive by the late morning to early afternoon. Look at notable dates as we head into the full week of March this week and eventually the first week of April. 14 days until spring, 5 days until a 7 p.m. or later sunset. I'm looking forward to that especially. But following that, just 34 days until a once-in-a-generation total solar eclipse that will be happening just north and west of Utica. A reminder, the next solar eclipse, total solar eclipse that will occur over central New York, or at least in New York State in general, will be in 2079. So if you have the chance to go out and see it, I highly recommend doing it. Hopefully the skies cooperate and it won't look like this here with cloudy skies currently in downtown Utica right now after a very colorful sunrise moments ago. Currently 45 degrees, and on the radar, it's dry for now, but to the south is where we're looking at some rain that will continue to push north into central New York as we head throughout the morning and early afternoon. Temperatures a little variable across the hours for this morning and this afternoon. And regarding rainfall chances, you can see here, it's a dry start, but rain chances will continue to increase as the morning progresses. Following today, we dry out tonight briefly before more rain begins to arrive on Wednesday, lingering into Wednesday night, and then finally coming to an end by Thursday. We have a bit of a rainy pattern in store for us. And due to multiple systems, not just one, we've got a coastal low, technically a nor'easter, but of course it's several degrees warmer than right around freezing. So because of that, it's falling entirely as rain. That'll push through this morning and this afternoon, exit our area, and then following that, a brief dry slot before a cold front arrives by early tomorrow morning. Now with this front, it's going to remain stationary a little bit. Watch as this low moves up the coast and prevents this front from continuing eastward. It kind of sits there, and then finally exits our area by at least the early Thursday morning time frame. So because of that, we've got unsettled rainy weather pattern in store for us for today and as well as most of tomorrow. That coastal low exits our area this evening. Dry weather moves in briefly. Rain moves in again by tomorrow. Still mild though, temperatures in the 50s both days. But again, this rain does come to an end as we head into Thursday, early Thursday morning. But for today, all across central New York, it's mild but rainy. Temperatures upper 40s, low 50s. Tonight, 40s, mostly cloudy skies, and your 7-day forecast. 50s the next few days. It's a very mild work week for March standards, and following Thursday, we dry out with some sunshine peeking out, hopefully by Thursday afternoon, but by the latest, Friday is looking sunny, but it's temporary. We look ahead to next weekend, and we're tracking some rain and the chance for some snow on the backside of that low pressure system. And even if we do see snow, it will not likely stick around as with this entire winter.
Yeah, what a crazy, crazy winter.
Yeah, crazy winter, that's for sure.
Coming to a close. Eric, thanks. Well, caught on camera, a heroin.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And another mild early March day for us. I mean, these temperatures are really unbelievable.
Yeah, it's warm. It's 40s right now. Some locations in western New York in the 50s. It's dry to start, but that's going to be changing. Not as dry and warm as yesterday. A look at those current conditions. It's in the 40s here locally, 45 in Rome. Now, the weather report says sunshine. However, as the morning continues on within the next hour, more clouds will continue to move in. Those temperatures you see here don't move by much into the upper 40s to low 50s for highs. A live look at the radar right now. It's currently quiet. However, to our south, rain is just arriving into Delaware County. We're approaching into parts of Otsego County within the next couple of hours, and eventually into the rest of central New York by the late morning, early afternoon. As you can see here too, those clouds continue to increase, and over the next 12 or so hours, we can see those temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s, with quiet weather turning more rainy. Now the rain comes to an end tonight. We're tracking more rain showers arriving tomorrow. We'll talk about those rain chances, plus when we dry out by the end of the week coming up. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Fresh off the Supreme Court decision.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's a mild start to your day today. Temperatures in the 40s. A dry start, too, but that will change as we head into the rest of this morning and this afternoon. I'll look at what to expect for the next 30 or so days. Notable dates: 14 days until spring, only 5 days until a 7 p.m. or later sunset. I'm definitely looking forward to this right here. And lastly, 34 days until the total solar eclipse. And this is a once-in-a-generation event that, of course, any of you that are interested in watching it, highly recommend you either take half a day or go out and just watch it if you're at work. It's about a few minutes, but again, this is the next one that will happen will be in 2079 in New York State. So again, it's not too common of a event. Downtown Utica right now, overcast skies, temperatures in the 40s, dry weather for now, but as you look to the south, here is that coastal low. If you're about 15 degrees colder, we'd be talking about a pretty good nor'easter moving into central New York, but for now, it's just entirely rain. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s for today, only changing by a degree or two. And regarding the rainfall chances, if you take a look right here, it's a dry start, but as we approach the late morning to early afternoon, we're seeing a higher chance of some rain moving into our local area. In fact, the rain chances remain pretty steady for the early afternoon, then come to an end by Tuesday evening, at least for tonight. Then by Wednesday, more rain chances return and continue to be widespread throughout Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. This is all has to do with a coastal low right here, shifting north into central New York by the late morning to early afternoon. This exits our area to the east. Then our attention turns to this cold front out in the west. Now, normally a cold front will just push through central New York, but we've got another system to the south which is going to kind of stop it, put the brakes on this front as it tries to continue eastward. And in fact, you can see right here it becomes stationary, settles just over New York State, and then comes to an end by early Thursday morning. But for now, our skycast locally, you can see temperatures in the 40s, steady rainfall primarily east of Syracuse, then dry weather briefly, more rain moving in from that cold front, and then remaining stationary throughout the day heading into Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. But for today, though, temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Rain showers, another mild day here for the start of March. Tonight, lows falling into the 40s, mostly cloudy skies. A brief lull in the rain before it returns again tomorrow. In your 7-day forecast, drying out Thursday, sunshine by Friday, and we're tracking yet another coastal system Saturday and Sunday that will start out as rain, then switch over to snow by Sunday and Monday.
Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now. And Eric, the rain has moved in. That radar pretty impressive right now. And you saw a big strand of thunderstorms too, possibly.
Yeah, we have a band of heavier rainfall just south of Otsego County and Delaware County at this point. And let's take a look at the radar right now to see where everything is at. And as Gary mentioned, there's that band of heavier rain just moving into parts of Otsego County. I'm going to zoom in right here so we can see that very thin line just north of Walton. That looks to be where the heaviest rain will fall so far this afternoon. But again, zooming out a little bit, we can see that most areas generally north and west of Otsego County seeing a band of rain here and there. But again, the heaviest rain is falling just south and east of Utica. Temperature difference across the state. This is pretty impressive. Out to Albany, we got 45-degree temperatures and rain, but as you take your attention to Buffalo, it's near 70 with some passing clouds and sunshine right there. 64 Dansville, 59 Watertown with sun, but you can still see we are right in the battleground here in central New York, 49 degrees in Rome at this point. And over the next few hours, we're not warming up by much, still remaining in the upper 40s, low 50s with some lingering rain showers. They come to an end tonight, and we get a brief lull in the rain before more rain arrives tomorrow. We'll talk about that, how much we're expecting, and when that rain comes to an end coming up. Gary?
Eric, thanks. We now know when convicted murderer Benedict DPI.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. It's turning out to be a mild but rainy day in some locations, seeing a little bit more rain than others. One location is in Oneonta, taking a live look right there. It's a pretty gloomy and rainy day down there, but it's a pretty mild one. Currently 46 degrees. In the City of the Hills, and a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We can see the outline of this low pressure as it continues to shift east of central New York. This is where the low is right now. We're seeing multiple bands of rain. We've got this heavier rain band currently setting up just to the east of the Otsego County line and into Delaware County right down here. But there's a secondary, weaker rain band out to the west. This is impacting parts of western Oneida County, Onondaga County. Regardless, this will continue to shift north and then eventually shift east as the afternoon progresses. But as you zoom in a little bit right here, we can see where the heavy rain is currently falling. Oneonta, the current hot spot right now, a band just north of Utica, and then finally one just to the east or east of Syracuse. Again, this is shifting north and coming to an end, and we get a bit of a dry slot moving in as we approach this evening with temperatures still remaining in the 40s. And besides this dry slot, we're not done with the rain just yet. We've got another frontal boundary bringing some rain showers arriving by the overnight hours tonight, lingering throughout Wednesday, and then coming to an end Wednesday night and early Thursday. And this is all due to multiple factors. Again, this low pressure system, it's moving up, but as you can see here, it will still gradually shift eastward. Then our next system, a cold front. Now, normally this will pass through over a span of a few hours, but with this system, we've got another low pressure that will basically put a stop to it. It will stop it from pushing east. In fact, remain stationary over some parts of the area. This could produce a good soaking rain by tomorrow, which should be ending by, at the latest, Thursday morning, but still there's variability with where the band sets up and who sees the longest duration of the rain. But the point being is that we're going to be seeing a soaking rain tomorrow. Just we're figuring out exactly how long it's going to last. So again, the system producing rain will exit our area by this evening and tonight. A brief dry period. Watch out for patchy fog by the overnight hours and early tomorrow. But then, as you can still see here, that front sets up, remains stationary, a soaking rain by tomorrow night, lasting overnight into early Thursday. Again, patchy fog for Thursday morning, drying out, and hopefully we see some sun by Thursday evening, but a better chance for sun by Friday. Today across central New York, temperatures in the 40s and 50s with rain tonight. Looking at mostly cloudy skies and patchy fog, lows in the 40s. 7-day forecast. Again, Friday is looking more on the sunny side, but as we head into the weekend, it's looking not so sunny. We've got some rain arriving on Saturday, turning over to a rain and snow mix on Sunday, and then lingering snow showers into Monday itself. But any snow we do see from this system, it won't last long. We're back into the warming pattern by next week.
Same old story this winter.
Yep, same thing.
Eric, thanks. Well, big news up in Old Forge. Water safari. The rain has begun, and check out this radar. It is pretty intense right now.
Yeah, especially in some spots. Thankfully, just outside of central New York, there are locations in Fulton, Montgomery County seeing a heavier downpour, indicating the yellows right here. And same thing for portions of Oneonta and just to the east of Cooperstown. But zooming in on radar right now, let's take a look at what's going on. Again, we're looking at those current conditions. We can see the yellows all indicating that heavier rainfall taking place right now. But there is a secondary band out in western central New York, where there's looking at that darker greens that is impacting parts of Camden, just to the west of Rome. A bit of a dry slot right in between. But regardless, this system will continue to shift north and then push east as the afternoon progresses, with the heavier rainfall still expected in the eastern portion of central New York in Herkimer and Otsego counties. But take a look at this temperature difference still across the state. 40s in the Hudson Valley, 68 near Buffalo, a very warm western New York, a very cold Hudson Valley and downstate, but right here on the battle zone, 49 officially in Rome. And over the next few hours, we're not changing those temperatures by much, with highs in the upper 40s, low 50s. The rain comes to an end, patchy fog and mostly cloudy skies tonight, and then rain returns again tomorrow. We'll talk about that, plus when we eventually dry up, coming up. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The State Department of Health is now echoing the CDC's recommendation.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. It is still looking to be a mild and rainy day in a lot of spots. Another location we're looking at is looking at Cooperstown this afternoon. Wet roads, steady rainfall falling in parts of Otsego County. And temperatures not too bad in the 40s, so not a cold rain, but a steady, almost like March, April shower type rainfall. A live look at the radar right now, we are looking at heavier rainfall rates indicated in the yellow, but a secondary band out in just west of Oneida County, western Oneida County, just outside of Rome. Zooming in a little bit, we can see that dry slot right between Utica and Rome, but the heavier rainfall rates are still currently falling right along the I-88 border between Delaware and Otsego County. Same thing for Fulton and Montgomery County and out towards Albany. This system will continue to surge a little bit to the north before eventually coming to an end as it shifts east outside of our local area. But something that's consistent for this afternoon will be those temperatures. Not warming up, not cooling down by a whole lot. Remaining relatively steady in the upper 40s to low 50s. Cooling down into the low 40s by tonight. Enough to produce some patches of fog as we head into the overnight hours. Chance of rain outlook as we take a look right here. The rain will remain steady, coming to an end by the evening, drying out briefly with patchy fog, then returning again by tomorrow morning, becoming more steady and widespread by the afternoon. And then that rain will come to an end by the very latest early Thursday morning as we enter a brief dry period for Thursday afternoon and Friday. So we've got multiple systems impacting our weather here locally. First off, we've got that low pressure moving up the coast. Technically a nor'easter, but we're lacking all that cold air, so it's falling entirely as rainfall. This system will continue to shift eastward, a dry slot, but then here comes that front. Now, normally, this would push through fairly quickly in the matter of a few hours, but we've got another coastal low moving ahead of it. This will basically put the brakes on it and cause it to remain stationary over central New York for the start of Wednesday and pretty much throughout Wednesday until Wednesday evening, Wednesday night. So overall, a good soaking rainfall is expected for tomorrow. More locally, you can see in the Skycast the extent of this system coming to an end by 6 to 8 p.m. Lingering drizzle, patchy fog, dry start tomorrow morning. Then here comes that rainfall becoming more steady and widespread as the afternoon progresses on. Then that rainfall will linger, then come to an end by the very latest Thursday morning, and clouds still lingering into parts of Thursday evening, Thursday night. But for today, across central New York, 50s and rain. Some locations still in the 40s tonight. Overnight lows falling into the low 40s with mostly cloudy skies and patchy fog. Your 7-day forecast. Remaining mild for the next few days, still in the 50s, sunshine by Friday, but then we cool down a little bit heading into the weekend. We got rain arriving on Saturday. That switches over to some snow by Sunday in some spots. Again, the snow will have a hard time sticking. We're still in this warm pattern. It'll take a while for the ground to cool, for the ground to dry, so any snow we do see will probably melt by next week.
Yeah, and usually on Sundays, when we do move the clocks, it's nice to have good weather because you want to stay out like that.
Yeah, it's 7 p.m. sunset, too.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Eric, thanks. The time now is 12:46.
One of 3 people facing charges in connection to a New Year's Day shooting on Whitesboro Street. The forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Looking at that radar, it's looking like the rain's moving out. Am I right?
It is. Yeah,
Okay.
we're going to get a nice break in the rain as we head into this evening. Let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The back edge of the rain is cutting across the Mohawk Valley, steadiest in Herkimer in Otsego County. And the 1-hour loop is, again, very slowly pushing this rain to the east. It came down pretty heavy where it was more persistent east of Utica. But again, going forward, we will get a chance to dry out as we head into this evening. Current temperature 46 degrees. The rain's coming to an end at Griffis and Rome. We're expecting mostly cloudy skies here for this evening. The rain comes to an end. The next round of rain moves in late tonight, and it does look wet again as we head into Wednesday. But the weather stays warm for this time of the year. High temperatures averaging about 10 to 15 degrees above average. And again, it looks like Wednesday's looking wet, but the weather does improve as we head into the end of the week. This evening, again, the rain moves out. Could see some patchy fog and drizzle here this evening. Temperatures in the upper 40s. Again, tracking the next round of rain and how much to expect with that coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Just a reminder, some may lose.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Today's soaking rain continues to impact parts of central New York. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Steadiest rain is now in the Mohawk Valley, and it will slowly push east. Again, looking at conditions across the area, the back edge of the rain is just starting to work into Utica, so we'll expect the rain to gradually taper off over the next half hour or so. And then for the rest of the area east of Utica, it'll take about another hour or two to clear out. This rain, by the way, is caused by a nor'easter. Yeah, it's hard to imagine a nor'easter bringing entirely rain, but it's just too warm, even in early March. This one, once again, a soaking rain across the area. Is live looking downtown Utica. Some notable countdowns to pass along. Spring, calendar spring, begins in 14 days, 2 weeks from now. Our first 7 p.m. sunset takes place on Sunday, and it's just 5 days away. And then the big eclipse, the total eclipse in parts of our area on April 8th is a little over a month away. Time flying pretty quickly these days. And the weather, again, already getting us into the spring mode with rain and temperatures in the 40s across the area. That's actually a very common spring, early to mid-spring day around here. Dallatsville 45, Little Falls 45 degrees, Westmoreland 45, Edmundston 51, Oneonta 48, and Skanevis with 45 degrees. You know, I probably shouldn't show you this map. If you really like the warm weather, this is kind of depressing. Look at these numbers in western New York. Yeah, these are not typos. 73 in Rochester, 68 in Buffalo, even 61 in Watertown. It has a lot to do with sunshine and dry, sinking air in western New York. That's not coming here. Our weather is not going to get a chance to clear out, and the sun is not expected to come out anytime soon. The reason why is we've got the next weather maker approaching from the west. So while this nor'easter heads out to sea, the next one moves in, and just like today, it brings a widespread steady rainfall. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Rain develops towards tomorrow morning, and it's another washout throughout the day. The steadiest rain looks to be in the afternoon and early evening, but I think it'll be around for most of the day. Temperatures climb into the low 50s. The rain does come to an end tomorrow night, and we do get a chance to dry out on Thursday. Some clouds and showers possible early in the day, but it does look like the rain is going to come to an end. We should get a chance to see some sunshine. If not late Thursday, then very likely Friday. Rain returns late tonight, low 44. Tomorrow, widespread rain. Thinking about a half an inch of additional rainfall, 55 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, drying out Thursday, cloudy skies 51. Sunshine Friday, beautiful 56. That's the pick of the week. Rain does return late Saturday, not looking to be an all-day event. Sunday, rain and snow showers 39. Light snow showers on Monday. Temperatures return to the mid-40s on Tuesday. Just a reminder, Monday is the more typical day. At least it used to be when March behaved like normal.
I know. We get a taste of spring early, then back to winter, and then back to spring, then back to winter.
Yeah.
We take it as it comes. That's all we can do. All right, thanks, Bill. Parts of the U.S. saw their warmest winter ever. Meteorologist Bill Curtis, we're talking lack of snow?
That's right, Jason. Yet another rainmaker here. We are not in any danger of a drought. Every time we show these statistics, we get questions about, are we going to be in for a drought? Well, when we get so much rain like we've been getting this winter, that's not going to be the case. But we have seen a significant snowfall deficit. We are now over 50 inches behind average. Of course, there's no way that we're going to be able to catch up to average. Even in big snowstorms in March are just not going to cut it. Again, 50 inches below average here. From here on out, we usually average about 10 more inches of snow for the rest of the season for the city of Utica. But again, everything's been out of whack. And once again, we're talking about temperatures above average over the next several days. That's been the noticeable difference with this winter, has been just the warm, consistent temperatures being above freezing. We've been getting plenty of weather makers. They just have been all rain for the most part. We do have a chance to see some snow showers return, though, by Sunday night. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The rain is moving out. It is slowly heading to the east, and we'll get a chance to dry out this evening. If you want to take the dog out for a walk, the weather looks a little bit better after dark. Temperatures will be in the mid-40s. Tonight's featured dog, Frankie from New Hartford. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking the next round of rain for tomorrow. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Hey,
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A general washout today, especially from Utica and points east. The rain is coming to an end this evening as This nor'easter, I said nor'easter, is moving to the east. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The leading edge of, the back edge of rain, I should say, is moving right over Little Falls and Cooperstown. Just exiting Oneonta. Again, this is heading east and we'll get a chance to dry out. Live look in downtown Utica. It's cloudy. Watch out for patchy fog this evening. Quick check of the calendar here. A couple of times to point out. Spring begins in 14 days. I know it's felt very spring-like already, but calendar spring arrives in 2 weeks. Our first 7 o'clock sunset takes place this Sunday. Remember, we changed the clocks this weekend. We'll lose an hour. And then the very much anticipated total solar eclipse will be taking place on April 8th. That is just over a month away. Fingers crossed we get clear skies. Unfortunately, the odds do not favor that from a statistical point of view. We'll talk a lot more about that, though, over the next couple of weeks as we get closer. Clinton, 45 degrees. Barneveld, 43. Forestport, 44. Old Forge, 50. Yeah, it's actually warmer to the north today, where the rain has been a lot lighter. Skinebus, 47. Cooperstown, 46. An inch of rain measured today in Carroll's backyard in Worcester. This area of low pressure off the Atlantic seaboard producing all rain, but it's still a nor'easter. Remember, it gets its name from the track that it takes. Once the low crosses into the ocean, it's considered a nor'easter. We're going to get another nor'easter developing tomorrow as a cold front moves to the east. We'll get another spin-off of low pressure from that. So the weather stays unsettled here over the next 24 hours. Tonight, cloudy skies. Watch out for patchy fog. Rain develops as we head towards tomorrow morning. I think tomorrow is another washout, especially in the afternoon and evening with high temperatures in the low to mid 50s. Rain comes to an end tomorrow night. We could see some patchy fog first thing Thursday morning, but we should get a chance to dry out, maybe even a few breaks of sunshine later in the day. Fingers crossed, high temperatures in the low 50s. Rainfall amounts, additional rainfall amounts as we head into tomorrow look to be about a ½ an inch to 3/4 of an inch with heavier amounts expected south and east of Utica. Rain returns late tonight. Watch out for patchy fog, a low of 44. Tomorrow, another washout, 55 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. We get a chance to dry out for Thursday and Friday. We'll see more sunshine Friday, 56 for the high. The next round of rain arrives late Saturday, 48. Rain and snow showers Sunday and Monday. Some cooler days ahead. Temperatures back into the 40s by Tuesday.
Friday looks gorgeous.
A nice day. Not very many of them on the 7-day here.
We might.
No, you can't.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. We're going to hear from the Utica Comets. Coming off now, the man, the myth, the legend, Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis joining us. And you know what? I mean, everybody likes winter a little bit. This is such a big deficit. Yeah. And it's kind of a shock to the system. We see this number quite often, but to be 51 inches behind.
And we're not going to catch up. If we
Is this a record by any chance?
No, believe it or not, we actually had, it was a couple of winters ago, we had 31.4 inches for the season. So we did go over that. Yeah. We're not going to hit average. No. Even Stella would just barely get us halfway. So. Yeah. It just kind of shows you where we play the long game in the wintertime. It's not 1 or 2 big events that make the season. It's the gradual multiple winter events that we have on a weekly basis. And when you just don't have that, you run behind by a lot in terms of snowfall deficit. But it's also important to point out that just because we have not seen the snow doesn't mean that it's been dry, as we've seen today. You get these rainmakers. We've been getting plenty of rain, and there's no danger of a drought. Temperatures will climb into the 50s over the next several days. The weather's going to stay on the milder side, but there is some colder weather in sight as we head into the weekend. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet for now. The next round of rain will be arriving later tonight. Current temperature, 45 degrees, cloudy skies, and that's where we will stay overnight. We will be tracking some rain as we head into tomorrow. Another round of rain. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. A reminder in
the WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. There's some activity to the west that will be gradually working its way east. A lot of this is going to pass to our north, but we do expect to see some light rain develop as we head into late tonight and early tomorrow. Not really a chance to dry out. Overcast skies, looking at wet pavement here as we look in downtown Utica. By the way, our timetable here, some interesting things to point out. We are now 2 weeks away from the official start of spring, 5 days away from the first 7 o'clock sunset. That takes place on Sunday, and we are just over a month from that greatly anticipated total solar eclipse that will be taking place across parts of our area. We spring forward over the weekend. The clocks change. They move 1 hour ahead Saturday night, and we lose an hour. The new sunrise and sunset times are the following. Sunrise will be 7:18. The sunset time 7:03 in the evening. So again, it gets brighter in the evening at the expense of the morning. Around the state, looking to the west, it's much warmer. Temperatures still in the 50s in western New York. There's a push of warm air that's going to try to work its way into central New York tomorrow. It's going to help bring temperatures into the 50s. A nor'easter today brought us steady rainfall. That departs to the north and east. And yes, I did say nor'easter. They don't all produce snowfall. This one was entirely rain. That is unusual, by the way. Usually March, they almost always produce snow, but it's been too warm lately. We're tracking the next weather maker to the west that will be arriving tomorrow, producing widespread rain as we head throughout the afternoon. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast. We start out tomorrow morning with clouds and a few showers. The rain becomes steadier as we head into the afternoon and widespread. By 5 p.m., I think it's close to a washout across central New York, but it is a relatively mild rain, at least for March standards. Temperatures will be in the 50s. The rain will be coming to an end tomorrow night, and then on Thursday, a few sprinkles are possible in the morning, but I do think we'll get a chance to dry out and hopefully see a few breaks of sunshine too. High temperatures will be near 50. Rainfall amounts tomorrow, looking to be about a ½ an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall, with heavier amounts expected south and east of Utica. Rain returns late tonight, a low of 44. Tomorrow, another washout, especially in the afternoon, a high of 55. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, mostly cloudy Thursday, 51. Friday looks beautiful, sunshine 56. Rain returns late Saturday, 48. Rain and snow showers Sunday and Monday. Colder with highs in the upper 30s, back into the mid 40s by Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Look at the forecast tonight with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. We're talking snowfall and just how far we are behind. And I want to make this clear. You made this point, I think it was at 5 o'clock tonight. Slow down on this number because we are not behind in the water table.
Yeah, it seems to be a common assumption that if you don't have snow, it leads to a drought. As long as you're getting precipitation, which we've been getting plenty of rain.
Oh, yes, we have.
The water table is doing just fine. There's no chance, or there's no expected drought based on the conditions that are out there now. But still, we've been getting rainmakers and not snowmakers, and we are now over 50 inches behind average. We're not going to catch up, that's for sure. Even record-breaking snowfall just wouldn't do it. And that just goes to show you what winter is like. It's over the course of the long run with snow events happening each week. If that doesn't happen for long stretches of time, we get to run up these large snowfall deficits. And that's going to be the case here this week, too. We're talking about more rainmakers. Temperatures will be in the 50s over the next several days. We do have some cooler weather, though, as we look ahead to the weekend. A live look outside. Things look quiet for now. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The weather, again, looking cloudy tonight. Our current temperature is 45 degrees. That's where we'll stay tonight. We do expect to see some rain developing late, and tomorrow looks to be another washout. We're tracking additional rainfall, and when that comes to an end, look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Speaking of
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
A dreary night here in central New York, dealing with rain for a good portion of the day. Dry for now. We are tracking some more rain showers approaching from the west. This is our weather for tomorrow. We'll talk about that in just a second. A live look in downtown Utica again. Wet roads, getting a decent amount of rain today, about ½ an inch. Quarter to ½ an inch of rainfall for most areas, especially south and east of Utica. Notable countdowns here, spring 2 weeks away. calendar spring, that is. It's going to feel like spring long before that. 5 days until the first 7 o'clock sunset of the year. And we are just over a month away from the much anticipated total solar eclipse that takes place Monday, April 8th. We're hoping that we get clear skies, but we'll see. More on the clock change. I mentioned we're going to see our first 7 o'clock sunset on Sunday, and that's because we changed the clocks this weekend. On Saturday, we spring ahead, turn the clocks 1 hour ahead this weekend. The sunset time goes from 6 to 7 o'clock. The sunrise time goes from 6:15 to 7:18. So, again, some changes there, too. For you early risers, you will lose out on some of that daylight, at least for now. Much warmer weather to the west. It's still in the 50s in Rochester at this time. Some of that warm weather is going to try to work east with limited success. A nor'easter today brought widespread rain. That system is moving to the east. Behind it, a cold front. That will bring us more steady rain tomorrow. Tonight, looking at increasing overcast skies, temperatures in the low 40s. Tomorrow, we start out with a few light rain showers. The rain becomes steadier and heavier throughout the day, and it looks to be generally a washout with high temperatures in the low to mid 50s. Tomorrow night, the rain comes to an end. We'll see drizzle and fog as we head into Thursday morning. We do get a chance to dry out. A few breaks of sunshine are possible late in the day. High temperatures climb into the low 50s. Rainfall totals tomorrow, thinking about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch, with the heaviest amounts expected south and east of Utica, just like today. Rain returns late tonight, low 44. Tomorrow, a washout, high temperature of 55. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Get a chance to dry out on Thursday and Friday. Mostly cloudy Thursday, mostly sunny Friday. Friday looks to be the nicest day of the next 7. Rain showers return late Saturday. It's chilly. Temperatures in the upper 30s on Sunday and Monday, with highs back to the mid 40s on Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Bill. TSA is